Hello, and welcome to our digital detox meditation. So, I'd like you to consider for a moment, are you somebody who, as soon as things begin to slow down, you reach for your phone? Perhaps when the children go to sleep or the dinner guests go home and things begin to get quiet, you want to fill it with something, and the phone's an easy answer to see what texts have been sent, check your email. For many of us, we're caught in that same kind of technology loop. Or perhaps you've had that experience where you pick up your phone to do something, send that email, send that text, and you see the notifications, the new emails that have been sent, and now your mind is reacting to all those urgent messages. And so then you completely forget to send what you had originally picked up the phone to do. I know that happens to me. It's like the notifications and the new emails act like they're banging at your door, that they're the most urgent and the most important things you have to do, when in fact, in many cases, they're not. So what I'd like to do with you today is actually investigate the discomfort that we feel when we don't act on those urgent desires or those feelings that feel physical as they relate to cravings and desires. For instance, the next time that your phone dings, just notice what happens in your body before you respond to it. For myself, I do feel almost like a Pavlov's dog beginning to salivate as soon as the bell dings. As soon as it dings, I feel that need to move, to act, to respond to it. When in fact, we always have a choice. If we're aware, we always have a choice. So we're going to investigate discomfort here in our meditation. Another thing that you may consider is, in your meditation practice, are you practicing with a device? Do you practice using a phone? Do you practice using a computer? And how much does that lead to your distraction? For myself, sometimes if I'm practicing with my phone and I have it nearby, I have the desire, the urges to check email, to notice texts. When in fact, if I sit down to practice without the phone instead, and the phone is in a different room or the computer's in a different room, and I'm practicing without it, I find that I'm able to focus more and really work on that quality of attention that we're always working on when we practice meditation. So take a moment here to arrange your environment in a way that sets you up for success. Look around. Do you have doors closed? Do you need to adjust the lights? How about the windows? Do you need to let anyone know that you can't be disturbed for the next 20 minutes? I challenge you to turn off your phone entirely, to close down your email program, and then even orient yourself in a different direction from the direction of the device you're using. I once heard this funny metaphor, which was meditating with your phone is like having an AA meeting in a liquor store. That one made me laugh. When you've got the environment how you want it, let's check in with how we're sitting and make a conscious choice on how to sit. Our traditional posture is the crown of the head over the shoulders. And here we probably want to tuck the chin slightly, since most of us are used to forward head position. So tuck the chin in slightly. Sit up a little straighter, drawing the chest upward. And then have those shoulders over the hips. And for some of us, let's just lean forward, lean back. Find that place where you really feel like the shoulders are over the hips. Okay. And if you find that this is very uncomfortable, you need the support of a chair or a wall, please do use one. We want to remain still through this whole practice. And then notice if this posture is different than how you usually sit. We do want to indicate to our brain and our body that we're doing something different. We're not just sitting at our computer like we usually do when we're working, but instead, we're doing something entirely different than working. And let the eyes drop. Let the gaze settle on a neutral point in front of you, or even closing the eyes completely. Notice any held tension in the face. Noticing the point in between the eyebrows and letting that area of the head soften. Noticing the temples and the corners of the eyes, letting them soften. Unlocking the jaw and letting the tongue settle on the floor of the mouth. Leaving space between the teeth and noticing anywhere else that you can adjust to release tension. Perhaps the shoulders need to drop away from the ears. The hands need adjusting, or the feet. And then noticing that you are breathing. Noticing if you are on an inhalation or an exhalation. And allowing the attention to focus entirely on the breath. The mind needs a bone. And if you've just come from a very busy environment, high activity, you may find that using the words inhale, exhale is a very useful way to focus the mind. And as other thoughts bubble up, just keep refocusing on inhale, exhale. Mindfulness is really just a series of little corrections. Mindfulness is just noticing every time when the mind wanders away that you have a choice to bring it back. And notice the quality of this breath. Is this breath warm or cool? Is it smooth or labored? Deep or shallow? Easy or difficult? Notice how you might describe this breath. And notice the mind becoming distracted. Every time it is distracted, come back to noticing breathing. That you can focus on just this breath without needing to change it in any way. Now we're going to awaken the sensation of needing to check the phone. Perhaps imagining the phone receiving a notification and you hearing it. Without moving, notice the urge to act. Notice where in the body you feel this desire to reach for the phone. And how may you describe the sensation that you feel? What thoughts are arising as you continue to notice the desire to reach for the phone? Can you feel discomfort? What does discomfort feel like? Is there the noticing of, I dislike this discomfort. I want to push it away. I want it to stop. Or can you notice anything pleasurable about this experience? And perhaps there's something both pleasurable and uncomfortable. Keep breathing. If the breath becomes shallow, lengthen the exhalation. And then let's awaken the urge to open email or use the computer. Imagine the notification, the ding or the buzz that communicates something new through the computer. And notice the sensation as it comes up in the body. How would you describe it? Heavy or light? Warm or cool? Thick, dull? Does it feel like pounding or buzzing? Is it sharp? Be aware of this urge to react to the input of email or the computer. Remembering to remain still and observe. What is it like to take no action? To feel uncomfortable here? Stay with the sensation. And there may be waves of it. The discomfort crescendos, and then it subsides. That the sensations shift and change. And keep staying with this practice. This discomfort may be there at different points during the day that you're unaware of. You may be acting on this discomfort on a regular basis. becoming more familiar with it gives you choice. It sensitizes you to that feeling that may be underlying some of the reactions that you experience. And let's let this exercise go. We're going to do some regulated breathing as we completely let go of our meditation on craving and desire. So notice right now if you're on an inhalation or an exhalation. Pay full attention to just this breath. And we'll breathe together, inhaling for a count of 4 and out for a count of 8. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And continuing on your own. And try to breathe only in and out through the nostrils. Relax the belly, using it as support for breathing. A few more times. Just ask yourself now, how am I feeling? In many cases, we do things to push away the discomfort in our day-to-day life. We might smother it with alcohol or other inputs to make it quiet. Maybe food. We may ignore it, push it away. We may have this resistance to it that believes it's not there. And in this practice, we're really trying to become friends with discomfort. So instead of reacting to it, we can treat it as a welcome guest. That's natural. It's a natural part of our experience. And so when you're feeling ready, go ahead and sit up just a little bit straighter. Begin to open the eyes. You can gently blink them open and widen the gaze to take in the whole room. Noticing shapes and colors. Noticing the stillness of your own body within this room. And thank you for practicing. I'd love for you to share your experience with this meditation. You may consider what happened for you. What did you notice? Did you find there were things that you loved or that you hated? Ways that you reacted? Or tools that may be useful in the future? I'm Marla, and have a wonderful day.